Welcome back to Lynchburg, Virginia and Schellenberger Field for today's D3 Women's Lacrosse contest between your Lynchburg Hornets and the visiting Roanoke Maroons. Got a great ODAC battle for you on tap here today. Once again, I am Sam Graham here to walk through all four quarters of action with you, and it should be a really fun one. We've got Code Red game tonight here for women's lacrosse, and we'll take a quick look at some of the stats on the year coming into this one. First off, of course, is that goals per game number. That is one in which Roanoke does lead in this contest, 14-11. This is a really efficient Roanoke offense, top 10 in that category in all of Division III. Look there at saves per game, though. Lynchburg has welcomed back Patricia Rogers in the last several games, and she's made an immediate impact in between the posts. She made 17 saves last time these two teams met and should have a big impact again today. And then once again, take a quick look over there at the draw controls. That'll be a really important aspect of today's game, as every possession, both of these two teams, very methodical. They make the most out of every offensive possession they get. Low turnover rates for both of these two teams, and they both take their time on their offensive possessions, often using more than half of the shot clock. We got just a little ways to go before we get this one underway, so we'll step aside for just a few minutes, but don't go anywhere. You're watching LHSN. Yeah.
Be a physical therapist probably starting about halfway through college. I love the concept that exercise is medicine. You know, we're starting to discover that exercise really can remedy many of the things that we thought that only surgery or only drugs could remedy in the past. When the student comes here, it's because we believe in them, it's because we want them here, it's because we believe they'll be successful. The faculty here are devoted to their development, not only academically but also professionally. We're not so inundated with things that we don't have time to make students one of our highest priorities. We have your back. We're gonna help you through that. If you're willing to work, then we're willing to put the work into it and the effort to help you succeed.
Be ready for anything, okay?
Come on, let's go together! Together, let's go! Come on! Let's go, keep going!
Carry this to death to it.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. Good one.
All right, guys, you see the meat grinder down here? Stay in the boat. Let's go.
Camera?
Oh, what you think of that?
Woo!
Lynchburg is all about you, your ideas, and your goals. We've got one professor for every 10 students, so you can get all the support you need. In the classroom, in the lab, or in nature. You'll learn by putting yourself out there, and we're right there with you.
This video isn't about me. It's about the limitless possibilities that the University of Lynchburg allows me to be. An athlete, an artist, an adventurer, a writer, a believer, a human. Because what I love about the University of Lynchburg is that they have a saying, here we're home. And honestly though, I think a better fit would be a home for everyone. Because it doesn't matter the color of your skin, the person you love, the God you pray to, the pronouns you use, the city you're from, the language you speak. University of Lynchburg gives you the greatest opportunity they can for you to be the absolute best version of yourself.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth where down on the field starting lineups have been announced and we are about ready to go here. We will take a quick look at a couple players to watch. First, for the home Hornets, who else other than the fantastic freshman Sydney Dumas? She has now matched her number in terms of hat tricks this season, 7 in her very young career. Also leads the team with 40 points, a mark that is good for top 10 in the conference. Meanwhile, on the other side, stick with number 7. How about Lily Blair, the reigning 2022 ODAC Player of the Year, but not only that, the reigning Scholar Athlete of the Year. So Blair getting things done both on and off the field. And don't take that Scholar Athlete nod lightly as if anyone would. How about a 4.0 GPA as a triple major, math, econ, and actuary science. So that's a couple of players to watch here in tonight's contest, but especially on the Roanoke side, it does not end with just Blair, especially offensively. I mentioned in the pregame, this is the 9th most efficient offense in all of Division III women's lacrosse, and that's thanks in large part to number 33, Grace Katusis, sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, has a USA Lacrosse Magazine D3 Player of the Week honor to her name already this year. She has certainly had no trouble getting in the scoring column. Neither is Libby Bowman. She will wear number 14 today and has a team best 32 goals. All 3 of those ladies for the visiting Maroons with 30-plus points on the year coming into this one. Meanwhile, for Lynchburg, I don't want to put all the talk on the Maroons. Plenty of talent to go around. for the hosting team as well, namely Alla Daniel. Mentioned Bowman and Blair a moment ago, each of them teammates of Alla Daniels. Spoke with Daniel earlier in the day. She said really excited to get back on the field with both of them. I think it'll be a whole lot of fun. It'll be a different dynamics. This isn't her first time playing against her former high school teammates, but says it's always fun to get to see some familiar faces, and she'll probably do so even within the draw circle as we get this one underway. Lynchburg wearing black today for Roanoke. The visitors wearing white. It is code red tonight, so a steady crowd has amassed already and will continue to grow behind where the opening draw will take place back there on Dr. Jack M. Tom's track. Again, the first time that Lynchburg has hosted a ranked opponent since March of last season. March 11th, 2022, York came to town. If my memory serves me correctly, they were ranked 16th at the time. They did pick up the road win here on Schellenberger Field. Not a task to be taken lightly. Lynchburg will be looking for a different result as they welcome in Roanoke here today. Also note as we take just a few moments, get the finishing touches. Again, take a look there on the other side of the field across from us over here in the booth at all those red shirts here for tonight's Code Red contest. Usually serves the university well. One of the coolest traditions here at Lynchburg put on by the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Certainly be loud and proud tonight and try to make any opponent that steps into this venue onto Schellenberger Field know what they're getting themselves into. Roanoke, of course, being a conference foe, makes trips here pretty frequently. They have won the last 3 in the series, one of the longer standing series within the ODAC conference, a pair of conference rivals dating way back. Perhaps more important than that, Roanoke 3-1 in their last 4 trips to Lynchburg, including a road win last year. 2 teams met a pair of times. Game here on Schellenberger Field, a pretty close one. Roanoke won that one 10-8. It was a non-conference match, and then for the conference-specific battle, that took place in Salem, Virginia at Roanoke, and the Maroons took that one in slightly more convincing fashion at 13-5. But looks like we are about ready to go here from the draw circle. It will be a pair of number 20s. That's Tori King for Lynchburg. She will battle with Sophia Chickering from Roanoke. Ball is up and will be scooped up by the Maroons. Speaking of Chickering, that'll be a name that we will say a lot throughout tonight's contest as her sister will man the goal area for the Maroons. And Sophia, fantastic junior campaign so far. Team best 64 draw controls. It's good for 4th in the conference. And she hands over possession to her teammates to get this one underway. And again, mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it's a very methodical, efficient offense for Roanoke. On average, use up 41 seconds of the shot clock. So the essence of passing up good shots for great shots, but first possession's going to result in a turnover for the Hornets. I believe that's Meredith Bornholt crossing midfield and clearing for Lynchburg. Going to get a whistle. A loud cheer from the Lynchburg sideline as they will retain possession here. It is Bornholt. Speaking of fantastic campaigns, Bornholt certainly having one in her sophomore season for Lynchburg, taking on a much bigger role, more specifically a starting role defensively for the Hornets, and she has embraced that role beautifully so far. So we work on the clock there, get things straightened out, and Lynchburg will start its first offensive possession of the game. They will work it around, like to stay patient there early on in the shot clock, much like Roanoke. Now battle for it. Everybody looking for the ground ball. Bednar steps up for it, but it'll be Ala Daniel that scoops it up. Possession continues here for Lynchburg, but Roanoke trying to make them uncomfortable. Here's Dumas, has her pocket pick. Now whistles will blow, and ball will be turned over to Roanoke. So how about a pair of turnovers to kick this game off? Not necessarily what you would expect from two teams that both rank within the top 20 nationally when it comes to taking care of the ball. So possession number 2 for Roanoke team, averaging 14 goals per game on over 45% shooting. Plenty of firepower, even apart from those 3 big names we mentioned at the outset of the game. Working around, much like we just saw from Lynchburg. That's Tiernan Connor with it now. She'll flip it off to the aforementioned Blair. One-on-one coverage there from Lynchburg up high. Sticking man-to-man. A little bit of help there in the center of the field. Now it's Daniel pushing out on Tracy Benzing. She's got nowhere to go. It's going to be another caused turnover from Lynchburg. That's Doherty with it. She scoops up the ground ball after the caused turnover. She will cross midfield for Lynchburg. So how about these defenses stepping up to the occasion in the early going of this one? Man up opportunity over there for Roanoke. You heard the countdown coming in from the sidelines. Lynchburg really didn't get in any hurry to take advantage of it. Of course, the turnover on their first possession of the evening. Here's Ala Daniel with it. She passes off to Dumas, working left to right. She'll take a high screen, flips inside. That's Steinow pushed back out. Nothing doing on the inside for Lynchburg either. Here's a reset up top. And looks like that pass will be intercepted now by Roanoke. So the turnovers continue to mount up. This time it's Natalie Mason for Roanoke. Dumas hits the turf there, a little behind the play. Reset here of the shot clock after that. Whistle will reset to 60, it looks like. And here we go. Offensive possession number 3 for Roanoke. Good job by the Lynchburg defense so far. The Bornholt caused turnover, followed by a Doherty turnover. Here's Blair. She'll set things in motion. Flips off to her teammate in Bowman. Pair of old high school teammates. It's been a great connection all year for Roanoke. Shot is a little high. Neither goalie has been tested so far. We will get a free position here. It will be Bowman. Bowman steps up, low shot in the bottom corner, and she will score. So it takes nearly 5 minutes, but Roanoke will draw first blood in the form of a Libby Bowman free position goal. That is her 7th of the year, 12 attempts, and improves upon a team best 33 goal tally. Long discussion here from the Lynchburg defense. Sure, they will talk over what may have broken down there. Again, you know, anytime your opponent's able to earn that free possession opportunity, it diminishes some of the things you can do as a defense, especially with a dead-on look like Bowman got on that last one. At that point, it's pretty much a one-on-one between your goalie and the offensive player, and at best you're looking at a 50-50 shot. So the more you can limit those opportunities, the better. And I have to imagine that's probably where part of the conversation centered around for Lynchburg. But they will not necessarily give Roanoke a great chance to immediately start a run, as they do control the following draw. Here's Daniel. She gets a little bit of an edge. Might find some space. She does. Shot. Scores. Looked at first like it was tracked and saved by Chickering, but how about Alla Daniel? Her 17th goal of the season. I've mentioned at length throughout the year, one of the fastest players that Lynchburg has, and that's saying something. But you look there, she gets the edge. You look at the Roanoke defenders all kind of looking around like, say, your man, a little bit of confusion there on the Roanoke defensive side of things. A slight breakdown allows Lynchburg to secure its first goal of the game. Opportunistic offense there from the senior, Alla Daniel. Back to the draw circle we go. Ball is up and scooped up by our last goal scorer in Daniel. Beautiful evening here in the Hill City. Setting sun may cause a few issues from the broadcast side of things, but for everybody in attendance of the game, couldn't ask for much more on a sunny and warm April evening. Perfect conditions for a Code Red contest. So our crowd on the track continues to grow. Meanwhile, Lynchburg is going to look to make it back-to-back goals. So they slowly set up on offense here again. It's Steinow. Steinow looking kind of for that same opportunity Daniel just got. Looking to work off the edge, going to her left. Now she will flip it to Daniel. Goes behind the goal. Now Sullivan drops it on the carpet. Battled for and will be scooped up by Seville. Possession continues with 33 seconds. Daniel to Bednar on the goal line. Bednar really nowhere to go. Good man-on-man defense there from Roanoke. There's a push in the back. That's going to draw a whistle every time. Push was applied to McKenna Steinow. Again, she doesn't see it coming. We're going to get the ruling from our official here. Looks like it's just going to be clock details here. Brief reset from 8:46 to 8:50. And so far today, both teams really just feeling each other out, almost replicating possessions here. Now Lynchburg will look to make it the advantage as we resume play. Steinow to Daniel. Daniel gets it inside to Seville, and she will score back-to-back goals, have Lynchburg with its first lead of the evening. Pair of beautiful offensive possessions as Lynchburg just methodically works to break down the Roanoke defense. Did it in different ways. This time, do it death by 1,000 paper cuts, little short passes as they just continue to flood offensive players into the center of the field, getting closer and closer. And again, like those free position opportunities, it's a similar concept. You're getting those offensive players, collapsing in, closing in on the goal. It gives your defensive players less room to work. Shot percentage goes up offensively with really each step you can get closer to the goal, and Seville cashes in on that opportunity. Lynchburg, big opportunity for some momentum here. Another draw control. Now going to be battled for and scooped up there, King. Initially looked like it'd be scooped up for another draw control by Daniel, but King will add to her tally instead on the second effort. Now about a third straight Lynchburg offensive possession. A look to go inside again. That was a cutting Steinow. If that pass had connected, that was going to be another really good look for the Lynchburg offense. She put herself in great position, but instead it's going to be a turnover for Roanoke. Now Jade Mayer trying to poke it away for the Hornets, and she will. Ground ball scooped up Steinow. Whistle will blow. Ball will stay with the Hornets. We'll get pressure here from Roanoke as they make it difficult for Lynchburg to clear. Doherty makes it across midfield. Looks for some teammates. Now may have the edge. I believe that was Benzing trying to poke that one away from Doherty. She'll get called with the whistle. And we'll get the clear and another offensive possession for Lynchburg. Here's Daniel on the wing. Lynchburg works it around. Lynchburg passing for the most part. The early going today been pretty crisp. Have had a couple turnovers, but most have been caused by Roanoke. It's not so much been a laziness issue from Lynchburg. It's Bednar switching spots there with Sullivan along the goal line behind the goal. Dumas looking for space. Clearly a big part of the scouting report for Roanoke. They're making things tough for her, but she magically wills that ball in. Bottom left corner pocket. Don't look now. It's a 3-1 lead for Lynchburg, and all the offensive momentum sitting on that end of the field. We'll take a look at it again. Little flick of the wrist there from Dumas. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, she just completed her 7th hat trick of the season in that loss on the road last week to Shenandoah. And she's a third of the way to making it number 8 here tonight. Team best 41st point there for the freshman. Younger sister of former player Leah Dumas. Plenty of family connections throughout Lynchburg lacrosse, both on the men's and women's side. Although tonight, it's quite a few high school connections. Mentioned the Salem, Virginia, between Alla Daniel for Lynchburg and Blair and Bowman for Roanoke, but former teammate of Dumas is on the opposing side as well. That's Tiernan Connor, junior attacker, also out of Kennebunk, Maine. Haven't called her name much, but she had a hat trick against Randolph-Macon in the last time out for Roanoke. So pair of high school teammates finding success way on down the East Coast at a pair of Virginia schools separated by just about an hour. Right now it's Dumas' squad with the upper hand, and Dumas with the ball. Here's a spin move. She frees herself up down the middle. Might have taken a stick to the face there. Causes a bit of a commotion there along the back stretch of Dr. Jack M. Tom's track. We'll see if we got another look at it here, and we do, and yeah. Don't know if it was the face, but certainly the head and neck area. Doesn't matter the sport. That's never going to fly, and it's going to be a free position opportunity now for Lynchburg and Dumas. Dumas 11 of 21 on the free position this year. She's got a good opportunity to pick up goal number 2 here. Dead on shot, her and Chickering for Roanoke. Couple steps, Dumas. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass. Looks like in the stats it will go down as a shot. Not sure exactly what the intention was there. It will be a turnover, though, over to Roanoke. So that's big for Coach Erica Brown's squad. Brown taking over a storied Roanoke program. It's found great success, especially in recent years. Finished the year season ago, ranked 24th in the country, as well as a trip to the NCAA tournament where they made it to the second round. Erica Brown now taking over this season and has Roanoke out to a 9-2 start, 3-1 in the ODAC, where they sit third in the conference standings, right about where they were projected, second in the preseason poll. We'll get a discussion once again, I believe, about the clock. Discussion between officials. Obviously, we'll stay here with Roanoke. And here we go. Back underway. Ball with number 34, Tracy Benzing. Lynchburg defense pushing way up, far away from the goal. Clearly the intention, don't want to let Roanoke fill things in the center of the field close to the goal. But you spread yourselves thin like that, you do open up the opportunity for the cutter. Bornholt may have been going for the turnover there, sold out for it a little bit and missed, but Roanoke not able to find an opportunity out of it. Now it's Schmidt, that's Blair. Blair working against Neely Morris. He's coming off a career-high 6 draw controls against Shenandoah. Now it's back with Benzing. She uses a spin. Now she'll get in close, but that shot just a little wide right. Good defense on ball there by Taylor Daugherty. Trying to go quickly there. Out of the reset was Roanoke. It's going to be another miss and a shot clock violation nonetheless. So another opportunity, and the Lynchburg defense stands tall. They have been fantastic in the early going of this one. Holding a Roanoke team that averages nearly 15 goals a game to just 1 through the better part of this first period. It's worth noting, Lynchburg has not had trouble getting off to some fast starts. It's often been second half or even more so the fourth quarter where they've run into a little bit of trouble. 40 goals this year in the first. That is the most of any one quarter by the Hornets. Of course, also worth noting they've given up their most goals of any period in that stanza as well at 37. So here's Morris now on the offensive side of things. She'll look to go inside. It's Steinow, and that one, it looks like, will be saved by Chickering. If so, it'll go down as her first save of the evening. She has certainly been tested in the early going here, and she's going to be tested big time right now. Another one-on-one opportunity. Will Dumas take it herself now in the free position, looking for goal number 2. Dumas, couple steps, low shot, will not score. Will be picked up there behind the goal by Bednar, but how about cause turnover? Another one there for Roanoke. Their defense hadn't been too shabby overall either, despite letting up those 3 first quarter goals. They will clear through Blair, guarded there by her former high school teammate in Daniel. And we'll get another Roanoke offensive possession as they look to cut this deficit in half. That's Benzing with it. Benzing working one-on-one with Mayer. Got a significant height advantage there. Not able to exploit it there. Mayer, a quick defender for Lynchburg, but nonetheless, free position opportunity now, second of the game for the Maroons. It will be Benzing. She'll come up, shot will score. She elects to go high and cashes in on Roanoke's second goal of the evening. And again, there it is. 2 free possession opportunities. 2 goals for Roanoke. 100% clip on those free ones. It'll warrant, albeit not quite as lengthy a conversation from Lynchburg as on the last score, but another conversation to be sure. It looks like Patricia Rogers especially pointing out some things that she may be seeing between the posts. Lynchburg still holding the lead in this one, very early going, 3-2 with 1:50 remaining in this first quarter. It's back to the draw where Lynchburg's found a whole lot of success here today, slightly better on the year. It'll be flipped up in the direction of Roanoke's attacking third, and it will be scooped up in that third by Blair. That is Tiernan Connor. Again, the teammate, high school teammate of Dumas. Kate Lochran into the game now on the Roanoke offense as well. A couple fresh faces here late in the first quarter for the Maroons. They're looking to poke a hole in this Lynchburg defense. Had a little bit of trouble doing that so far. This time they will succeed. It's goal number 2 for Libby Bowman. Gets herself into the center of the Lynchburg defense. Creates a very good opportunity for herself. And suddenly we are knotted up at 3 apiece. A pair of quick goals scored by Roanoke. Just when it looked like Lynchburg might get out to yet another hot start in the opening period, Roanoke certainly with something to say. Equalizing goal with 1:07 remaining. And Bowman starting to pick up some speed offensively. Again, her second goal of the afternoon, 34th on the year. Bowman coming into today 6 of 11 on free possession. That's where she found her first score. That will be the first non-free possession goal for the Maroons. Now they win another draw control with 50 seconds to go in the first period. Golden opportunity to cap off a 3-0 run and send themselves into the second quarter with a 4-3 lead. Be a great response after getting in that early 3-1 hole here on the road. Running into a double team there is Connor, so she'll have to go back out to Stopkowski. Nowhere for Stopkowski to go either. So now back out wide. Now it's Benzing. She's working one-on-one with Satterfield, gets the shot off, and looks like we'll be stopped by Rogers, but hold on. Believe we are staying on this end of the field with 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. I stand corrected. Possession will be awarded back to Lynchburg, so a little bit of confusion there. See what they elect to do with 9 seconds to go now. Trying to clear it ahead, unable to. Ground ball scooped up. And the first quarter will expire as we are knotted up. So the defenses come to play early, and the Lynchburg defense makes a big stand to keep us tied at 3-3. We have hit the end of our first 15 minutes. We will step aside, but don't go anywhere. You're watching Women's Lacrosse on LHSN.
I was really attracted to Lynchburg primarily because my dad went here. He is an alum, so I kind of had that close tie of being interested in the school. And the school had what I wanted to study. I knew I wanted to help people in the area of health and wellness, so the health promotion program was definitely a program that drew me in. And from day one, I've been in love with it, and I wouldn't have chosen any different. I have never had better professors or teachers in my life, and I think here at the University of Lynchburg, the professors definitely care about their students, especially in the health promotion department. These professors want you to be educated, want you to have the experience, and just want you to feel confident going into your career path following your collegiate education. You just feel like you're cared for here and that you matter, and that no matter what, at the end of the day, you're going to be successful, and the people here really want to be here, and everyone has a purpose, and it's just a great environment to be in.
Welcome back here on LHSN. About 30 seconds standing between you and the second quarter. Once again, Sam Graham here to walk you through what's been a great one so far. Whether you like offense or defense, we've had a little bit of it all through that first quarter. Roanoke, again, ranked within the top 20 at number 17 in the most recent IWLCA poll. It's the first official ranked opponent Lynchburg has seen this season. Luckily for Lynchburg, each of the two that they are slated to play, the other one being Washington and Lee, currently ranked a very impressive number 2 in the country. Both of those teams will have to go on the road and come to Schellenberger Field to do battle with the Hornets. For Roanoke, they have already had a date with Washington and Lee earlier this season. Their most lopsided result of the year, at least as far as the loss column goes. Small sample size, Washington and Lee getting the best of them 17-7. That was at Roanoke, so Generals certainly a team to watch out for within the conference, as it's come to be the case every single year. Two-time defending ODAC champions since the canceled season of 2020, courtesy of COVID-19. But again, also a Roanoke team that started off the year, season last year I mentioned finishing 16-5, just one conference loss, finished ranked number 24 in the country. And they opened up this year looking to make a point, won their first 6 contests, 6-0 start before a loss on the road to the College of New Jersey. Again, decently lopsided result there, 16-9. Victory for the home team in that contest. Roanoke also had the benefit of 4 home games in that first 6 slate. Only one true road test. That was on the road at number 19 Denison to open their season. But how about a 14-4 victory for Roanoke in that game? Here we go. Second quarter getting ready to get underway. There's a battle between old teammates in Daniel and Blair. This time it's going to go the way of Blair's Maroons. And Roanoke will look to take a lead early on into the second quarter. Don't forget the Maroons, last meeting between these two teams, went on a 7-0 run spanning the second and third quarters. We have talked at length about the offensive firepower that rests on that side of the field. Now we'll get the offense start to get set in motion here with Kate Loughran. Doesn't like what she sees. Flips it back out to Nicole Harrison. She's cut off as well. Center of the field marked off well by the Lynchburg defense. On that occasion, it was Tori King. Here's Benzing. She's looking for an edge. Won't get it. One-on-one defense. She will look for the assist. Won't get that either. Big save made there from Patricia Rogers, her second of the game. Rogers, 2022 first team All ODAC goalkeeper. It's an errant pass here. Looks like it's going to turn things right back over to Roanoke. It's an opportunity wasted there from Lynchburg. Continuing on, Rogers. Again, best goalie in the conference a season ago. Team was without her for first handful of games this season. We got time from both Julia Broughton and MJ Tucker. Tucker is just a freshman, certainly came in and had some very quality moments between the posts. For Rogers, her sophomore campaign starting a little later than anticipated, but still been one of the better goalies in the conference. Been credited with 2 Lynchburg wins already. Now Roanoke forces her to step up and make another save. She will scoop up the ground ball, and back-to-back possessions ending up with the ball in Patricia Rogers' stick. And this time Lynchburg will avoid the turnover and will clear with Alla Daniel looking to go quickly. She flips it to Seville, looking inside for Steinow. She wasn't quite ready for it. Now there along the back sideline, had Lynchburg been able to come out of there with the ball, would have been a great opportunity as it was an empty net. That was Chickering making a risky play. Now a turnover caused by Lynchburg. And again, the ground ball going to be scooped up by Chickering there in goal. Back-to-back, feels like really even 3 straight opportunities, maybe not fully capitalized on here by Lynchburg. Roanoke gets away unscathed, and they will try to continue testing Patricia Rogers. Here we go, offense in motion, 50 seconds on the shot clock. It's Blair, again, middle of the field cut off, but the goal will be scored nonetheless. It will be Kate Loughran, assist credited to Lily Blair. She's the team leader in that category, Blair, for assists. That was a great job as see coming on the slide. She's gets the edge on her primary defender. Looks like that was number 30, Megan Wheeler for Lynchburg. So coming from behind the goal, she frees herself up. And Blair's going to be ready to make that pass each and every time. With no hesitation, puts it right on the money. And at that point, you get Rogers to step a little bit outside of the goal, try to pick up the unguarded offensive piece for Roanoke. But at that point, it's too late. It's a relatively easy shot for the junior out of Greenwich, Connecticut. It's Loughran's 17th goal on the year, 4th in the last 6 quarters. So Lynchburg, the draw control here. It's Seville looking to work maybe a little quicker, decides better of it. Lynchburg offense set things up in the half court, if you will. Roanoke leading for the first time since a 1-0 mark, roughly 15 minutes of game time ago. It was a 3-0 run from Lynchburg, and now a 3-0 run to answer from Roanoke. Collision there between Dumas and Natalie Mason. Officials didn't see anything intentional there. So the ball will just remain with Roanoke. Arm no foul, just sometimes you get tangled up. Here comes Blair across midfield. And she clears for Roanoke, and they will set things up offensively, looking to build on a now 1-goal lead. Roanoke, I mentioned earlier, very methodical offense. Do a good job taking care of the ball. They had some trouble with the turnover bug early on in this game. They've shored things up. Blair finds a little bit of a crease and will capitalize on it. Lynchburg picked her up with the double team, and Rogers was in goal, but it does not matter. Even though we're standing behind the play, you can almost see Lily Blair's eyes widen. And we'll take a look at it again. You see just that wrestle for it. It's 3 Lynchburg defenders in the area, but Blair cashes in nonetheless. That is going to award a timeout to the side of Lynchburg. We will take it with them. Take a brief moment here and turn in just a little bit for the conclusion of the second quarter right here on LHSN. So coming out of the Lynchburg timeout, we are in the middle of a 4-0 run from Roanoke. And a brief recap, took the lead early on, about 5 minutes into the first period. So they scored the opening goal. And it was 3 unanswered from the Hornets. But a great response here from Roanoke so far. Again, number 17 team in the country being welcomed to Schellenberger Field. And now, through the first 5 minutes of this second quarter, certainly making their presence felt on both ends of the field. And for Lynchburg has not been without opportunity. Patricia Rogers come up and made a couple big plays in goal. She's got 3 saves so far on the day. Had back-to-back saves earlier this quarter as well, but each ensuing possession just resulted in a turnover. Lynchburg at one point had an empty net. They were unable to come away with the ground ball and attempt to capitalize on it. And directly after that, they forced the turnover before giving it right back to Roanoke. So, got to imagine that had to be some of the conversation there as Bruce Reed talks to his team. Again, Reed, his 21st season at the helm of the Hornets program. Looking for the big upset on his home field here under the lights. There's Benzing, fakes right, goes left, looks for the pass. Going to be cut off. Somebody got their stick in there. Not sure if it was Rogers, but the ball will not make its way into the net, and it will be Rogers that scoops up the ground ball. It is going to go down as a save for the sophomore reigning unofficial goalie of the year. There's no award for it, but that's what we'll call it. Lynchburg's going to clear in the stick of Doherty. This feels like a pretty important possession, especially coming out of the timeout. Get the stop that you want on defense. You don't allow Roanoke to double you up at 6-3. But your offense has gone stagnant here for a little bit. So let's get, if nothing else, a quality offensive possession that ends with a shot. So Lynchburg's had a little bit of trouble in this quarter doing so. Again, last goal was by Sydney Dumas, 6:38 to go in the first quarter. It's Neely Morris with it right now. She'll flip to Dumas, guarded far away from the goal. Fades one defender, picked up by another. Ball squeezes through a pair of Hornet offensive players. And once again, Lynchburg held without a shot. did a good job of staying within their normal tempo, using a good chunk of the shot clock, but at some point, need these offensive possessions to start turning into something. On the other side, Roanoke sitting pretty right now, 2-goal lead, offensive possession, and if you believe in momentum, they've got all of it. Right now it's Blair. She's had 2 goals already today. She'll flip off to Benzing. Goal to her name as well. Back to Blair. Good defense there from Lynchburg, Alla Daniel, and Kaylin Satterfield. This will blow, and the flag comes out of the pocket, so potentially free position opportunity here for Roanoke. Does look like that's what we'll get. And it is Blair. Here's Rogers awaiting it in goal. Blair, the rush, low shot, saved by Rogers. She's having a spectacular second quarter for the most part, despite allowing a pair of Roanoke goals. Anytime you're making more saves than goals allowed, you're doing something right. Patricia Rogers standing tall in between the posts here for the Hornets. Here's Doherty. Fades a defender, looks to pass, and will do so. Here's Dumas. Maybe thinks about a shot, thinks better. Here's Steinow. Back up top to Daniel. She'll slow things down, orchestrate the offense. Cross to King, now Dumas. Lynchburg clears things out for the most part. On the right side for Dumas. She doesn't see anything she likes, though. We'll go back out top to King. Now Daniel, nobody right up on her, giving her a little bit of space to work. Roanoke packing the interior. Now 24 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Lynchburg has not found a hole so far. Done a good job staying patient. And here's Dumas off a screen. She'll go past, shot. How about that? Tori King, assisted by Sydney Dumas, lulled the Maroon defense to sleep, and Lynchburg ends the 4-0 Roanoke run. Let's take a look at it again. Just before that clip started, the crisp pass there from Dumas, who I think Roanoke thought she was ready to set up the shot from dead on, and she just flips it over to her teammate. And again, the cutting King makes the most of that opportunity and ends the dry spell for Lynchburg with 5:21 to go in the second quarter. That's a big offensive possession. Celebration there on the Lynchburg sideline. Of course, that is Tori King, so it looks like we will have a new face in the center of the draw circle. It'll be Neely Morris. She will still be opposite Sophia Chickering for Roanoke. Now the Maroon advantage just one in what has been highly contested battle so far. A pair of ODAC rivals getting after it here on Schellenberger Field. This draw controlled by the visitors. Again, looking for double-digit wins for the second straight season. This is a Roanoke team that has made it to the ODAC championship game each of the last 2 seasons, but as we talked about earlier, Washington and Lee standing in the way each of those 2 times. Already has the regular season decision over the Maroons, but doesn't diminish anything from what this Roanoke squad brings, and you see a little bit of it right there from Libby Bowman. Another goal for the Radford transfer. Leading goal scorer, knows a little bit about putting scores on the board. That will extend the Roanoke advantage back to 6-4 as you get another look at it there. Roanoke confidently responds to that last Lynchburg goal. No signs of the number 17 team in all the land being rattled. It is going to be goal number 3 for Libby Bowman. First half hat trick for the junior out of Salem, Virginia. She entered tonight 9th in the conference in regards to goals. She's climbing up that leaderboard right now. Has hat tricks in each of her last 2 games. Morris back in the draw circle. Ball's flipped up, and it will be controlled by Daniel. Good job staying with that ball as she's matched up with Blair, who's got the height advantage, but this ball will get away. Pass off the mark. Daniel trying to feed it back to Bornholt, and it will be a possession now for Roanoke, and they look ready to capitalize. Maroons snuffed out any chance Lynchburg had of stacking back-to-back goals and trying to even this game up at 5 with that last Bowman goal. Now they can make it a pretty big swing if they're able to find back-to-back goals and at that point keep this run going. So it is just that one Lynchburg goal that breaks up what would be a 5-0 Roanoke run. We'll get another whistle and another free position for Roanoke. Those are starting to stack up a bit, aren't they? It's going to be the 4th opportunity. It will be a miss. It's a 2 of 4 from the Maroons trying to capitalize there, but they're going to look for the second opportunity here. That'll be impeded by another whistle. And how about another free position? 2 on the same possession for Roanoke. This time it's Benzing. Benzing comes up. That ball might not have come out the way that she was looking for it to. Looks like the release came out a little high. Just might not have gotten full control of that one. But it's going to be another reset. Ball still with Benzing. Back around the free position. She elects not to take an opportunity at the goal here. It's now 2 of 5 as Roanoke on those opportunities. That's Lynchburg's 0 of 2 on the other side. It's now more traditional offense for Roanoke. Lynchburg will look to come up with the stop, and they will get it. How about another caused turnover? That time it is Wheeler, I believe, poking that one away. Pressure from Roanoke, going to try to make things difficult for Lynchburg. Rogers sets things in motion, directs everybody in front of her. It's going to be Daugherty again. She's done a great job clearing for Lynchburg so far. That pass to Steinhau's on the money. And consider it another Lynchburg offensive possession. Lynchburg can try to get this thing down to just 1 goal once again. 2:10 to go in the half. That'd be a massive victory. You can still be thinking 2 goals even as well. Tried to go inside there to Steinhau. She'll take one to the head area. It looks like it's going to be free position number 3 for Lynchburg now. It'll be McKenna Steinhau, who is 1 of 6 on the year in the free position. She'll try to improve on that here. Steps up, takes it, and it will be calmly saved. The first one in the book for Chickering. That is Kylie Chickering in the goal, the junior out of Naples, Florida. Now battle, cause turnover will be picked up. Scooped up ground ball by Steinow. Running at the goal, shot will be off. Looks like off the post. Another golden opportunity. I don't want to say fully wasted. They did force Roanoke to come up and make the save, but I guarantee you Steinow may want that one back. Great hustle defensively to prevent Roanoke from clearing, but at the end of the day, they will clear it nonetheless. Now with 1:17, just about 10 seconds between shot and game clock, they could bleed this one pretty much all the way dry if they'd like to. Imagine they'll leave a little bit of time remaining. Blair sizes up Daniel, goes to her right, nothing there. Swings pass out left behind the goal. That's Bowman. She'll look to come up, going to be cut off there along the goal line. Good defense, Wheeler. Wheeler moves to the other side of the goal, cuts her off there. Couple Roanoke cutters. Bowman's unable to make the pass, and it's going to go back out high. 27 on the shot clock, 35 on game. Big possession in this game, maybe a slight miscommunication. Frees open, a cut. It's going to be stopped, though. Not sure if it was Rogers, might have been Wheeler. Lynchburg has possession with 22 seconds to go. As the lights come on Westover Dorm, no sense of urgency yet from Lynchburg. Now a deep pass. Rogers gets in front of everybody. Will be scooped up by Addison Schmidt. She can bleed this one out if she'd like to. She just runs away from Hornets. They'll swing it back to their goalkeeper, and time will expire on quarter number 2 and half number 1 here from Schellenberger Field. Roanoke continues the lead. The run it started in the first quarter. Turns it into a 6-4 advantage at the break. Number 17 team in the country has the home team on the ropes so far. We will step aside before halftime stats, highlights, and everything else right here on LHSN.
Private education is too expensive? Think again. At the University of Lynchburg, you can get a personalized education for the cost of a state school. If you're commuting and you get our top scholarships, you could pay much less. And you get all that without the hassle of giant lecture halls. Our faculty know your name here and do more than just teach. You might even do research together and plan out your next career moves.
This is the dough. It's wicked cute. It's always so pretty.
At the University of Lynchburg, we've lowered our tuition, so you get a better value for a great education. Come see our campus for yourself.
My name is Alexis Fabula. I major in criminology and I double minor in psychology and criminal forensics. My favorite part about Lynchburg is the friends that I've come to have. It's helped me come out of my shell more, and it's helped me become the person I am and the student I am. I really enjoyed how small the campus was, and I also really enjoy how small the class sizes are. It made me feel like I was going to be more engaged than I would at a bigger campus. If someone was on the fence of coming to the University of Lynchburg, I would definitely love to sit down and have a conversation with them, because I'm forever grateful that I made this choice. It's definitely something that a student wouldn't regret. Out of my 4 years here, I've not had one bad experience. I've had a great 4 years, and I'm going to be very sad to go.
When creating a sustainable future, your choices matter, even your choice of a college. The University of Lynchburg is the first college in Virginia to go carbon neutral. Our dining hall is Green Restaurant certified. We compost all of our food waste and purchase our electricity from landfill gas. Now we're turning a hazardous lake into a thriving urban wetland. When you choose Lynchburg, you leave a smaller footprint while building a better tomorrow.
Get your career in the game by enrolling in the University of Lynchburg MBA program with an emphasis in sport management. This program opens the doors to new possibilities for a variety of careers, from being an athletic director or working in athletic administration to working for professional organizations, your favorite team, to running a local Parks and Rec department. And employers are increasingly requesting and preferring individuals who have postgraduate education, specifically looking for an MBA. And so the University of Lynchburg Sport Management concentration in the MBA program sets you up for success, and it sets you apart from the many other people looking for jobs in the industry. Learn from winners. Here you will learn from professors and mentors who have spent their careers doing exactly what you want to do. Increase your marketability in an $83 billion industry. If you have a 3.0 GPA, the GMAT is waived. There's no application fee, admissions occurs on a rolling basis, and our online program is ideal for working adults. When you enroll in this program, you enroll in the opportunities to learn from the best of the best. Your professors have a wealth of experience working in the sport industry that they share with you in the classroom setting. Get in the game by getting your MBA with a sport management concentration at the University of Lynchburg. Just you know, Hollywood, here I come. Hey, I meant, yeah.
The real Lindsay Piper's here.
Autograph that later.
We have hit the half here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Again, 6-4 is your score on what is turning into another gorgeous spring evening right here on Schellenberger Field for our women's lacrosse Code Red game. Again, your score 6-4 in favor of the visitors. Again, I'm Sam Graham. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth here where the sun has finally gone down, so I've been able to take off my sunglasses, but things have certainly continued to heat up down on the field below. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of our numbers from the first half. Obviously, we know our score. We'll take a look as well. Big disparity you're going to see is in the shots department. It's 15 for Roanoke to Lynchburg's 9. Other big thing I want to point out to you, turnovers, big time favoring Roanoke as well. Cause turnovers are equal at 4 apiece. That means Lynchburg's had a lot of unforced errors with 11 total on the day. See, draw controls there pretty even. Free position goals are in favor of the visitors as well. They have had 5 opportunities, only cashing in on 2, but that's as opposed to Lynchburg's 2 free position opportunities. Also worth noting, Roanoke on the year averaging less than 4 such chances. Before we step aside one more time, before we get things underway in the third quarter, we'll run you through some of our individual numbers from that first half of action. Obviously, we mentioned the first half hat trick from Libby Bowman, 3 goals for all 3 of her points. Kate Loughran also got on the board for Roanoke, and she was joined by Lily Blair and Tracy Benzing. Blair also notched an assist for a total of 2 points. And on Lynchburg's side, it's been a balanced scoring attack. Dumas, King, Daniel, and Seville each have a goal scored for the Hornets. Daniel and Dumas make up each of the Lynchburg assists. Those other 2 goals came unassisted. And a little recap of that first period. Obviously, the first goal went the way of Roanoke. Then it was 3 straight unanswered from Lynchburg. Then a big response from Roanoke as they took the lead at 5-3. Lynchburg momentarily cut into it before Roanoke put one more insurance goal on the board late in the second quarter to get you that 6-4 score. We've got a little over a minute before we get things going on the third quarter. We'll leave you with this sunset before we take one more little break. Third quarter's on tap. Don't go anywhere. You're watching LHSN.
Want to have some outdoor adventures while getting a degree at the same time? At the University of Lynchburg, we have an on-campus zip line and road course. Plus, we offer adventure trips that cost less than a cup of coffee. And did I mention our beautiful scenery? We're a university for students looking for something more than just books. Welcome to your new adventure experience.
Alrighty, just 30 minutes remaining in this game, halfway through. Very, very big ODAC matchup when you go down the standings. Lynchburg tied for 4th in the conference. Roanoke makes up the 3rd position. Maroons 3-1 in conference play. Lynchburg holds a 2-1 mark in those games. For Lynchburg in the second half, they will be trying to buck a trend, 0-4 on the season when they trail at the half. They would certainly like to turn that on its head here today and get one in the win column. Also note this is, I don't want to say uncharted territory because we have an entire half to go, but I will say it's worth noting there have not been a lot of Lynchburg games this season determined by 3 or less points, or really even 6 or less points. Lynchburg has won 3 of its 4 contests by 6 or more and lost 5 games on the season by 6+. So feast or famine to a certain degree for Lynchburg this year, and they will certainly hope for the feasting side of things here tonight. It's our official getting ready to set things in motion here for quarter number 3. Both sidelines looking very alive there at the break. Certainly ready to get this second half going. It is King back in the draw circle for Lynchburg. And it remains Chickering in there for Roanoke. That has not changed all evening. She's done a good job helping Roanoke control 6 of the first 12 draws. Lynchburg will break the ice on that tie and look to clear. Bornholt across midfield to Satterfield. She works it up, and Seville spins into a flurry of Maroon defenders. Lynchburg is not cleared yet. Now they will do so. Whistles blow, and it's going to be a reset here near midfield. So momentarily Lynchburg had it in the stick of Daniel. This time looking for Dumas. That one gets away from her. Pair of Hornets there to retrieve it, though, and it will be Libby Kennedy that scoops it up. Get ready to set this offensive possession in motion. Haven't called Kennedy's name much today. She scoops up the ground ball there. Seville, good play on the ball there from Roanoke. That's going to be Sydney Harrison. It's going to be the 5th caused turnover of the evening for Roanoke. They didn't have much trouble creating offensive possessions. Obviously scoring on 6. Patricia Rogers made things a little more difficult in the second quarter, but Roanoke nonetheless does manage to find another 3 goals. Now they'll set up their first offensive possession of this third quarter. Roanoke, after this one, only have to make one more road trip on the season. That'll be to Guilford on April 19th. So 3 home games at Kerr Stadium remain. Here's Bowman looking for goal number 4. Rogers steps up, gets in the way of it. But chasing it down is Benzing, far away from the goal. Here's a reset. Just under 60 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Blair. Just 1 goal to her name so far, does have 2 points. She doesn't have anywhere to go on this particular instance. Flips to Bowman. She'll look for her 4th goal again, and this time she will find it. Bowman's hot start in the first half continues into the second. Take a look at it again. Bowman fakes to her right, goes left, gets the jump on her defender, and finishes things off going to the wide side there of Rogers, who went for the post to her right, far side from the press box. Goal scored on the near side. Again, goal number 4 for Bowman. Hard to understate her impact offensively. I mean, we mentioned pregame how good Lily Blair has been in her time at Roanoke. I mean, how can you say that any better than last year's ODAC Player of the Year? But, I mean, you can make the argument that throughout this season, Bowman has been even better. Again, the transfer from Division I Radford. A team best 32 goals coming into today. That number has risen to 36. Building off a 4-point performance last time out against Randolph-Macon as well. Another draw controlled by Roanoke, who now holds its largest lead of the game at 7-4. It is a 6-1 run from the Maroons that has started in the second quarter and has worked its way into the third. If you're a Lynchburg fan, might be all too familiar to the last time these two teams met. Again, a 13-5 decision, but Patricia Rogers might have heard me talking there. Says slow your roll. That's a 7th save for her on the day. And this time possession will swing back over to Lynchburg. It's Bornholt working ahead to Steinow. She uses her legs, runs away from her defender. One-on-one opportunity. Steinow's going to pass out, shot, and score. Lynchburg cuts into the Roanoke deficit, and it is 7-5. It's going to be Libby Kennedy. Mentioned hadn't even said her name until we got into this third quarter, and just like that, she's got her first goal of the day. You get a chance to look at it again there. Steinow tricks everybody into thinking she's going to finish off the break herself. Gets the defender to leave Kennedy's side. Kennedy moves in to capitalize on the Steinow assist. Another instance of beautiful offense there from Lynchburg. And boy, did they need that goal. We're talking about a 6-1 run for Roanoke. Lynchburg keeps itself in striking distance, down by just 2 as we head back to the draw circle. Just under 12 to go in the third quarter. Leaping grab initially made by Seville. Battle for it. Heads down to the turf, and it'll be awarded to Roanoke. They don't waste any time trying to set up this offensive possession. Last time Lynchburg stopped their run, that initial Roanoke run, there was no sign of any fear on the Roanoke sideline or from the Roanoke offense. Don't expect that to change here, as they do still hold a 2-goal lead on the road, but certainly like to think that Lynchburg's making them think a little bit. Set up the offense. Screen in the intermediate range. It'll flip over now to Blair. She motions teammates into place, switches over to Benzing. Benzing goes to her left, gets the jump on Wheeler, and once again another answer from Roanoke. It seems like every time Lynchburg tries to apply some pressure, Roanoke has absolutely no sign of backing down on the other side as Benzing. See Roanoke clear everybody out. It's really just Satterfield and Rogers even in the area to think about contesting that shot. Good job to Benzing finishing it off. It's the 19th Roanoke shot of the game. Advantage of 9 over Lynchburg in that department. Benzing, her second goal of the day, 50% shooting from the sophomore out of Severna Park, Maryland. Hasn't necessarily been one of the massive focal points of this talented Roanoke offense, but we mentioned they are very deep. Certainly showing that off with Benzing here today. Also important to note, we have yet to see throughout today Grace Katusis. So Benzing stepping up in that void, contributing to this Roanoke offense that once again leads by 3 and controls possession. Roanoke ranks within the top 25 in the nation in time of possession at roughly 35 minutes per game. That's per Lacrosse reference. This pass off the mark, looking for the cutting Harrison there, it looked like. Roanoke's able to track down the ball, keep this possession going with under 40 on the shot clock. It's Benzing. This time, again looks to go inside, unable to connect on the pass. Once again, tracked down, ground ball scooped up, Roanoke. Bowman swings to Blair. Blair runs into a double team, feeds out to Benzing. That shot's high. We've got whistles. We'll see if it'll be another free position. It'll be a yellow card. But it looks like a yellow card will be awarded to Roanoke. We'll get the official decision here. I believe it is going to be against Benzing. Something illegal, looks like in that shooting motion. That's a break here for Lynchburg. It once again finds itself in a 3-goal deficit. They'll try to do what they did last offensive possession out. Finish things off with a goal. They're able to set up a fast break opportunity last time. Expect a more methodical approach this time around. See this full offense. Lynchburg has done a pretty good job operating in its set offense. It's really just been the turnovers that have been a problem. They haven't had a ton of opportunities. I mean, 5 goals on 10 shots is something to be happy with. 50% shooting. King tries to improve upon that. It's going to be saved with ease, though, from Chickering. Chickering 3 saves now, 8 shots on goal. Lynchburg's gotten the best of her more than they haven't. Again, an efficient Lynchburg offense here, just one that has been bitten by the turnover bug more than a few too many times. Pressure out wide there from Satterfield, working against Natalie Mason. Mason passes off, and Lynchburg backs off a bit. See him create that defensive perimeter. Satterfield trying to direct things in the middle, playing sort of a one-woman zone there in that spot. That's Stopkowski working to her right. Now she's going to swing all the way around the goal. May try a wrap or a pass. Doesn't have either there. Forced to go way out wide again. Mini reset for Roanoke. It's Bowman looking for number 5. Ball's going to be poked away, but whistle blows. Possession, believe, body language is going to stay on this side of the field. Got a flag out, and it will stay with Roanoke. Not only that, it'll be another free possession. This will be the 6th. Looks like it's Bowman set to take it. Again, 6 of 11 on these opportunities coming into today. She goes low, and it is stopped by Patricia Rogers. Big save there in goal. Rogers' 8th of the evening. She keeps the Roanoke lead at just 3. Lynchburg really would not like to see it grow to any more than that, especially the further we get into this game. Time, not even a little bit of an issue right now for Lynchburg. Much more important to just put another goal on the board. Kennedy, the last goal scorer, tosses it up top to Daniel. She'll work to her right, thinks about a shot, passes out to Dumas. She's got goal on the day already, takes a little bit of contact, will stay on this side of the field. Looks like it's going to set up a free position now for Dumas. Last time she had this opportunity, similar spot. Things went a little bit haywire. See what she does this time. Shot will go up and score. Sydney Dumas. That's another Lynchburg goal. Deficit back down to 2 for the second time this quarter. Lynchburg just continues to hang around. Sydney Dumas with an answer of her own, this time electing to take it herself on the free position, and it pays off. Just stays patient until the last moment. Gets Chickering where she wants her, just stepping kind of wide side of that goal on the Westover dorm side, and fires in the shot, her second goal of the day. So Dumas, the first multi-goal scorer of the evening for Lynchburg. 3 points total. She assisted on a goal earlier. Freshman from Kennebunk, Maine, who has been the leading scorer for Lynchburg more often than not in games this year. Obviously the leading scorer on the season. She continues to add tallies to that mark. And 30 on the year coming in. She's up to 32. So each team's leading scorer doing the brunt of the offensive work. 2 for Dumas, 4 for Bowman. As draw control goes the way of Roanoke. 6:30 to go, third quarter, working with a 2-goal lead. Help defense comes over from Mayer, putting the pressure on Benzing. She's going to somehow squeeze out of it. Going to get a pretty good look at things. Whistle will blow before she even takes a shot. And she'll come back out to the free position arc. Looks like we'll try one from there instead. If that is the case, it'll be the 7th opportunity from there on the day. Patricia Rogers stepping up and saving the last one. Can she do it again? Here comes a shot from Benzing. Calm, cool, and collected is Patricia Rogers in goal. She saves back-to-back free position opportunities, and Lynchburg can look to cut this deficit in half down to just 1. Alla Daniel clears it for the Hornets, and it will be another offensive possession. Important for Lynchburg to keep its head right here. They are smack dab in the middle of this game with the number 17 team in the country on their home field. Pivotal ODAC matchup when it comes to seeding. Here's Tori King. Going to try to line one up. Pulls out of it, though, and it is going to be a turnover. Not sure what she didn't like about that shot. Here's Dumas coming up to try and poke it away. She's going to get called for the yellow card. Didn't agree with it, but jogs over. It'll be a man-up opportunity now for the Maroons. Going to be a minute break, it looks like, for Dumas. She tried to poke that ball away from Benzing. .5:25 to go in the third quarter. And with a 2-goal lead, it's also a man-up opportunity now for Roanoke, who's done a decent job of taking what Lynchburg's given them. Again, now just 2 of 7 on the free possession. Got to imagine they'd like more than that, but certainly have to be happy with as many opportunities as they've gotten. Again, averaging south of 4 per game coming into today. Whistle blows again, far side. It was Bowman with the ball. She lost her footing a little bit, and it's going to be free position number 8. This time it's Bowman. She once again will look for her 5th. Took free position a couple possessions ago. This time she will not take the shot. We'll get an extension of the Roanoke offensive possession. Bowman defended by Satterfield up top. Took a little bump, passes out. Mayer comes over, help defense along the goal line. Shot saved by Rogers. She even lost track of it in the sky. She was looking for it on the ground. That one ricocheted up high. I'm not sure if it was off of the post or off of her stick, but it looks like official stats are going to say off of her stick. Now battling for the ground ball. It's going to be another turnover for Lynchburg. Unsure if it'll be caused or not from Roanoke. Shot again will be saved from Rogers. She is on fire through these last 2 quarters. Reigning top goalie in the conference is telling everybody about it right now. She is a brick wall in goal. I believe that should be her 11th save of the game. Nevertheless, Roanoke continues offensively. That shot certainly didn't go where the Maroons would have liked it to. Don't force Rogers to make the save, but does force her to be a hair late chasing after it as it goes out of bounds, and therefore Roanoke continues with possession. Man-up opportunity's over, but can Lynchburg get out of here unscathed? How about one more save from Patricia Rogers? Battle for it on the ground. It's going to stay with Roanoke again. Out hustling the Hornets, but Patricia Rogers holding her own between the posts. See how many saves she can tally up on this possession alone. That's Blair looking for the pass, saved again by Rogers. That may be the single greatest possession Rogers has had, at least in this season, if not in her first 2 years here at Lynchburg. Just facing shot after shot in there. We'll give shouts to Kayla Brady of the field hockey team earlier this season. Her performance against Johns Hopkins looked a lot like that on that last possession, but Roanoke continues to retain possession here in the second half of this third quarter. Lynchburg cannot catch a break anywhere but between the posts. 12 saves now for Rogers. If I'm correct, she started that possession with 8 or 9. Here's Bowman, splits the defense again, impeded by Rogers, who will scoop up the ball off the turf. And we will see if Lynchburg can create an opportunity somehow through all of this, still only down by 2 scores with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And they have cleared and set up an offensive possession. Lynchburg gets a break. Seville, the shot, will not score, but whistles blow in the process. Clock continues to run, and it is going to be turned over back to Roanoke. Quickly, that possession expires and goes sour on the Hornets. Will continue to trail by 2. Roanoke can make this the final possession of the game if they would like to. Shot clock is off. 28 Roanoke shots to Lynchburg's 13. Can't say enough credit to Patricia Rogers as they've scored on just 8 of those 28. 23 shots on goal. Rogers has stopped 15 of them. Battle for it on the ground will be scooped up by Lynchburg. Got some time here. They're able to set up some quality passes here. Long pass ahead. Not sure anybody's going to be there for Lynchburg, but it squeezes through. Will be picked up there by Roanoke. Now 10 seconds. Roanoke can set up another offensive possession here with 6. It's Benzing working one-on-one Satterfield. Goes in close. Roanoke looking for the backbreaker there right before the end of the quarter, but instead it is an even 2-2 stanza. You can safely say Roanoke controlled that third quarter, but Lynchburg does not let them get anywhere, and that is thanks in more than large part to number 32, Patricia Rogers. We got 15 minutes to go in this one. We will step aside one last time and have the fourth quarter for you in just a moment on LHSN.
This is the dough. It's wicked cute. It's always so pretty.
Every great college has a great city. For Lynchburg, we are near urban areas with lots of restaurants, shopping, and events. Plus, we are one of the top schools in the area. Come see for yourself.
Patricia Rogers keeping Lynchburg's hopes of upsetting number 17 on their home turf alive. Cannot imagine a bigger quarter than the one she just had. She has saved 15 of Roanoke's 23 shots on goal today. Just to tell you a little bit of how impressive that is, top save percentage of any goalkeeper in the conference belongs to McFarland from Shenandoah at 49.8%. So south of 50%. And again, 15 of 23 shots on goal saved in this one by Patricia Rogers for Lynchburg. A shot disparity that has climbed to 29-13 in favor of Roanoke. At the half, that was 15-9. So just 4 shots that Lynchburg got off in that third quarter, but they scored on 2 of them, and they have kept themselves right in the thick of this game. So they trailed just 8-6. 15 minutes to go. What does Lynchburg have left? Looks like it'll be Tori King once again heading out to midfield for the draw. Quick conversation with Alla Daniel, maybe a little strategy here on this impending draw to open up the fourth quarter. 15 minutes on the clock. Team's ready, coaches ready, officials ready, and I'm sure you are as well. Draw is up. Running after it is Seville, but it will be tracked down by Roanoke. Big draw control there, as they'll be able to set up an offensive possession here to kick off the fourth and final quarter. It's Harrison with it right now. Nicole Harrison, should say. Pair of Harrisons on this Roanoke team. Nicole and Sydney, both out of Massachusetts. Lynchburg defense standing tall so far. No real attack made yet from Roanoke. It's again Nicole Harrison orchestrating the offense up top right now. She'll flip to Blair. Seems like every time Blair touches it, she's ready to make something happen. Either with a cut, a pass, shot, you name it. Always has an energy about her. Roanoke still hadn't found anything it likes so far. 22 seconds on the shot clock. We've only seen one violation in this game. And that was on Roanoke back in the first half. Now 13. Still haven't gotten anything up. Ball's loose on the ground. Who will be the first to scoop it up? Get a collision going after it. That's Bornholt for Lynchburg. Can't see who she was battling with for Roanoke, but first Roanoke possession will end with a Lynchburg stand late in the shot clock. They will take over possession. Trying to clear, unable to do so. Be another Lynchburg turnover. Assuming Roanoke's able to scoop it up, now they finally are. As they just continue to mount. It'll be 17 against the home team to just 8 for Roanoke. And again, so many unforced errors for Lynchburg. Only 8 of their 18 turnovers have been caused by Roanoke. So quick math there. That's 10 unforced errors. Lynchburg's stubbing its own toe. Blair looking for the pass. The assist shot will go wide, though, off the stick of Sydney Harrison. Ball stays with Roanoke, 46 on the shot clock. Now behind the goal, that ball errant, but it's a whole bunch of Maroons in the vicinity, and it will be Bowman that scoops it up. Leading scorer on the year and on the day for the visitors. 4 goals on 6 shots. Nice shooting percentage there for her. She'll look to continue that hot streak into the quarter. Patricia Rogers will trap this one for Lynchburg's second straight defensive stop of the quarter. Credit to the Lynchburg defense in this one. Standing tall, still limiting Roanoke to just 8 goals. See what we get from Lynchburg here on offense. Roanoke definitely still trying to apply some of that pressure where they can. I mean, you've seen Lynchburg commit so many of those unforced errors, and a lot of them coming just trying to clear it. And try to be there and ready to capitalize if they make another. Steinau catch a stick to the back of the head there. She'll draw the whistle. That came from Addison Schmidt. Another transfer on this Roanoke squad. She's from San Diego State. Shouts to the Aztec men's basketball team. Incredible run. First Mountain West squad to ever advance past the Sweet 16. Did so all the way to the final game. Fell to UConn. It's neither here nor there. Steinau, the free position, opts to pass out. She'll go to Bednar. We'll continue this Lynchburg offensive set. Plenty of time left on the shot clock, 30 seconds. It's Kennedy, swings over to Dumas. Dumas, cross-field pass over to King. She didn't like what she sees. 2-man game, back to Dumas. Dumas, the cut, the shot, low and stopped. Trapped in the net of Chickering. Certainly not the net that Dumas was aiming for there. That offensive possession doesn't pan out exactly how you'd like it to, but on the bright side, Lynchburg does get a shot off. Their 14th of the game, first of the quarter. Took about 5 minutes to do so. Here's Roanoke. Benzing with the shot. That'll be off the mark. Not sure if it'll go down as a save. Roanoke possession continues. Whistle blows. I think this is going to go against Lynchburg. It's going to be another free position for the visitors. So those continue to stack up now. This will be number 8. If it turns into a shot, it will be keyed off from Maddie Stopkowski. Stopkowski rushes the goal shot, and she will score. Not a whole lot Patricia Rogers can do there. She has held her own in the goal for a while, but Stopkowski breaks the ice and puts Roanoke back in the scoring column. That lead once again extends to 3 with 9:10 to go in the game. That is a big goal from Maddie Stopkowski. 5'4" junior out of Clinton, Connecticut. Matches Roanoke's largest lead of the evening. We mentioned there's been some fourth quarters throughout this season. Lynchburg's offense has gone a little bit stale. They pray that tonight is not one of those instances. And in their defense, last game that I was here for on this home field was that contest against Meredith, in which Lynchburg owned the fourth quarter, made a valiant comeback effort that fell just short against a very quality Avenging Angels squad. And they're not even in as deep of a hole in this one as they were then. Plenty of time, but it starts with creating possessions, creating quality ones. They are not able to do so here. Blair controls the draw and sets things up for Roanoke. Lynchburg not in a terrible spot. Roanoke, though, on the other side, got to like where they're at right now. They probably feel like a goal puts them in a really good spot. The end of this possession will probably take us to right about the midway point of this fourth quarter. At that point, time would become of the essence. Now, without a goal, is Bornholt. She just rushes out, tries to defend with her body, does so effectively, shots off the mark and saved by Rogers, and Lynchburg gets out of that possession unscathed. Now we turn to the offense. First up, though, is the clear. Mayer doing it herself right now, looked for a teammate, passes out, and that pass is off the mark and scoots out of bounds. That is another unforced error, turned back over to Roanoke. Roanoke been given a lot of opportunities throughout this game, and they've turned that into a 3-goal lead, whether it be at the free position area or just capitalizing off of turnovers. And it's Patricia Rogers and this Lynchburg defense doing their absolute best to keep this game a contest. How long until the offense gets things going on the other side? 40 seconds left on the shot clock. That was a good spot that Benzing was ready to make that reception in. She's unable to do so, and in the confusion, Lynchburg comes out of it with the ball. They hold strong again. Toss back to Rogers, and she'll survey the scene. So Lynchburg might just need to slow down a little bit. Try to clear. 6:45 to go in the final quarter, and that pass is going to be picked off before it even crosses midfield. Doherty was the passer. Now with a full head of steam, shot will be off the mark. That one did not come out in the right spot. And once again, Lynchburg catches a break. Can they catch Roanoke offside? That pass a little long. Steinau unable to corral it. And it is another unforced error for the Hornets. Roanoke might give it right back to them, and will do so. Ground ball scooped up, turnover Roanoke. That's Bornholt. Takes a little contact, whistle blows, 6:06 to go, fourth quarter. Can Lynchburg get it across midfield? Steinau, she'll take a little contact, whistle blows, play continues. Steinau does get it across, does clear it, and then has the ball poked away. Believe that was Natalie Mason. follows her, I don't want to say follows her shot, follows that loose ball, if you will, and we are going to get a turnover, a timeout. 5:42 to go. Opportunity for both of these two teams to talk things over, and we will take our final break of the evening before we get you right back here for the final 5:42. Roanoke leads it 9-6. Welcome back to Schellenberger Field, final 5 and change. As again, Roanoke leads things 9-6, looking for their 10th win of the season. And Lynchburg, who entered today's game with the 14th best turnover rate in all of Division III, has had a little bit of trouble in that department. They've gotten through it here. They've kept things close. Big credit to Patricia Rogers and the Hornets defense that has come up with 7 caused turnovers and 17 saves. 17 saves on 26 shots now is the number for Patricia Rogers. And although Lynchburg had a tough time getting to this point, they have set up an offensive possession. Could cut this deficit down to 2 and head back to the draw circle with a whole different ball game. Daniel, little hesitation, works over to her right, passes off behind the goal, Bednar. Contested pass is received successfully by Dumas, but we'll get a little reset up high, 35 on the shot clock. Daniel with a little bit of space. She passes right back out, and we'll get contact a good little ways away from the goal. Peyton Seville hit the turf there. Won't be a free possession, but we will get a slate reset of the shot clock. It stays at 27. Here's Alla Daniel. Possession remains with Lynchburg. Shot clock under 20. Daniel looking for somebody to pass off to. Credit Roanoke defense. She had really no options there. Good pass there. Corralled by Kennedy. She flips it over, looking for the pass inside to Bednar. Now scraping for it on the turf. Whistle will blow again. Possession will stay with Lynchburg, but with just 3 seconds left on the clock. Virtually no time to set anything up here, so thinking one pass and a shot. It'll be in the free position, be Bednar. Still, got to come up and make it quick. Got to take this shot. Maybe didn't have to go quite that fast. Bouncing shot goes over the goal. Think we'll get a okay, they'll say that shot will not warrant a reset. How about Neely Morris coming up, trying to cause the turnover? Catch Roanoke sleeping. She does. Scoops up the ground ball and picks up the caused turnover. Lynchburg does to Roanoke what it has had done to itself a lot throughout this contest. Back-to-back possessions now for Lynchburg. They'll get another opportunity at trying to score. It's been a little while without a goal. Get another whistle in favor of Lynchburg's. Ball is with Seville. We'll get another free position. This will be the 6th of the game for Lynchburg, 14th total. Lynchburg just 1 of 5 on these opportunities. Seville lines it up and got it. Peyton Seville puts Lynchburg right back in this ball game. Now at just 9-7. 3:48 still on the clock. Don't go anywhere. Lynchburg not done just yet. Finally gets its first goal of the fourth quarter. About 11 minutes gone by. Nonetheless, thanks to the defense and Patricia Rogers in goal, Roanoke wasn't really able to build upon its lead other than that one goal this quarter. And now they have just the exact same lead that they started the fourth with. Big, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it an adjustment, but something shored up on the Roanoke side of things. File in the hustle stat category is taking an advantage in terms of draw controls, 5-2 in the second half. 11-8 is the total disparity there. We got a big one coming up here for both sides. It'll flip out in the Roanoke direction. The closest to it is going to be Blair. She will not whiff on it and will set up what could be a crucial possession for Roanoke. .330, the clock continues to run. Don't expect Roanoke to be in much of a hurry here. So this is still a two-possession game. And for Lynchburg, again, time isn't a massive issue just yet. You really can't afford to let anything up here. How about that? That is a highlight reel goal for Blair. Catches the ball in the air and immediately flips it right back into the goal. Massive play for Roanoke. I missed the assister. We'll give equal credit there to her. Now we'll get the replay. Blair catches, shoots, and scores all in the air. And that is arguably the biggest goal of the night on either side, is Lily Blair's second. 3:05 remaining. And if Roanoke can control this draw, they certainly are one big step closer to putting this game on ice, picking up their fourth win in the last 5 tries on Schellenberger Field. Only a second goal this Lynchburg defense has led up this half. Through 57 minutes of this game, they've held a Roanoke team that averages nearly 15 goals a game to 10. And this time, Alla Daniel will be the hero, coming in and scooping up ball off the turf for the draw control. She's the team leader for Lynchburg, but Seville mishandles her pass and turns it back over to Roanoke. The turnover record seems to be broken, as it is just turnover after turnover for Lynchburg. Now with just 2:16 left in the game, have to imagine Roanoke won't even think about setting up offensively. I would have said till maybe the 30-second mark, they might look to get things going here just under 40. Goal here pretty much put this one out of reach. Now under 2 minutes to go. If they bleed this one all the way dry, it could be out of reach already. 23 seconds on the shot clock. 1:40 on the game. Blair looking for another one, goes for the pass instead. Low shot will be stopped by Rogers. Scooped up, ground ball, possession stays with Roanoke. Shot clock at 5-4. And Roanoke not going to get a shot off. Looks like they thought they'd have a reset. discussion between the officials. 79 seconds to go in this game. The story has been really Lynchburg, more often than not, just getting in its own way. And that turnover margin piling up has resulted in a massive disparity in shots, 36-16 in favor of the visitors. Lynchburg does come away with the shot clock violation there and will have the ball, but behind their own goal line. It's Kaylin Satterfield that'll start this possession as soon as she's given the green light. Needless to say, Lynchburg, time is of the essence. If Roanoke is able to come away with another possession, that'll probably be all it takes. So Lynchburg cannot afford any errors here, unforced or otherwise. Extra 4 seconds added to the game clock, 1:21. Rogers surveys the scene. Got to get this thing going. Lynchburg needs 3 goals. She'll pass up Steinow, who runs into a defensive wall in the form of Sydney Harrison, bounces off her, crosses midfield. Can Lynchburg clear? Again, now 1 minute to play. Steinow might try to take it herself. Nope, backs out. Now makes another push towards the goal. Ball down on the ground, scooped up by Chickering. Possession to Roanoke, and with 45 seconds to go, it looks as though number 17 is going to come away with win number 10 on the year and improve to 4-1 in ODAC play. .15 seconds left now. Roanoke can run out the clock. They will take another shot. It will be one more save for Patricia Rogers. That's fitting on the Lynchburg side of things. She has had herself one heck of a day, but it is sadly not going to result in a win on the Lynchburg side. Roanoke, however, again improves to 10-2 on the year and picks up another road win. It is their 4th of the year. Had a little bit of trouble offensively, maybe more than they have faced in the majority of their games this year, but they're able to overcome it on the defensive side. Lynchburg's turnovers proved to be big, and the shot disparity too much for Patricia Rogers and Lynchburg to overcome. Lynchburg on the other side will drop to 4-8 on the year and an even 2-2 mark in conference play. Next up will be a trip to Randolph-Macon. That's a 7 o'clock first whistle on April 15th. And the next home game, which of course always broadcasts right here on LHSN, will be against Ferrum on April 19th. As for tonight's game, that will conclude our action. One final time, I am Sam Graham. Thank you for tuning in with all of us. Big thank you to our entire crew here. Evan Gavin, our director, Tim LaDuca, our director of digital media, and the entire LHSN crew. And until next time, we will see you later.